Well, Graham, firstly tell us about the mood in camp. Obviously, players are starting to arrive. A big occasion against England. Wembley's just over your shoulder.
Yeah.
What's the first few days been like in camp for you?
Well, mate, it's been fantastic. Obviously, all the staff are in. The players are starting to come in now, but you can tell just by the few players that we got, the excitement's there. But look, overall, it's going to be a fantastic, historic occasion. But at the same time, my expectations are in improving in our performance and making sure we get things right.
Tell us about the squad. Obviously, some new names in again.
Yeah.
Lewis Miller obviously comes in for the first time, and of course, an old name comes back for the first time in a long time in Maslawongo. Why did you choose those two?
Yeah, well, look, at the end of the day, we've got some injuries as well. Nathaniel Atkinson is injured, Matthew Leckie obviously injured, and it gives an opportunity to players who are performing well at club level and clubland to show us what they can do. Lewis Miller is playing at the Hibs and doing exceptionally well, and through all the hard work and everything with Maslawongo, he thoroughly deserves a call-up. He's been excellent in Ipswich, and when I first took over, he was an integral part of the setup and the plans ahead, but he had a couple of years of injuries, and you can see he's in a very happy place mentally at the moment in Ipswich, and he thoroughly deserves that call-up.
It's been some time since he's been back in the national team setup, but he brings a lot of experience to the side in what is a pretty young squad as well.
Yeah, look, we are going through a bit more of a rebuild situation at the moment, process, and when you look at the squad overall, 11 players have had less than 10 caps. There's 5 or 6 players that have had between 11 and 20, so it's quite an inexperienced squad. And I did feel with Mexico that when I took off the Mitchell Duke or Jackson Irvine got injured, and we lost that little bit of experience. And with the retirement of Aaron Moy and obviously Tommy Rogic now, that we're going through that process of introducing some younger players, and it's going to be great to bring in those 3 train-on players in Mo Toure and Patrick Yazbek and Alexander Robinson. So all that does is add more depth for the future.
Speaking of some of those younger players, on the weekend, players playing all over Europe. Jackson Irvine came back, which was great. Obviously, we weren't sure how long he was going to be out for, but also his teammate, Connor Metcalf, scored, came on as a sub. He seems to be growing with confidence and building on what we saw against Mexico.
Yeah, look, and Connor is getting stronger and stronger and quicker. Physically, you can see, playing in Germany every week, he's improving his, not only technically, but his physical aspect as well, and he's doing exceptionally well. But, the boys are doing well. Awa Mabil scored 2 goals and an assist on the weekend as well, and it's great to have him back in camp. And, I have changed the structure a little bit when I say that, or the selection of the squad, that, against Argentina and Mexico, we went with more midfielders and no wingers because they were injured or weren't playing. But this time we've got a number of the wingers back, and we've gone more with them this time.
You've had a lot of big occasions over the last 12 months, obviously the World Cup being the biggest of those, but then a friendly against Argentina and another big international against Mexico. What does this game mean to this team against England at Wembley?
Yeah, look, I think, my preference straight after the World Cup and I re-signed was to play against top opposition, because it's the only way you learn from your mistakes. And I think that was the biggest thing we learned playing against France in the first game at the World Cup. A small mistake turns into a big mistake, and we get punished for it. And if you play against easy opposition, you don't learn. And we've had these games against Ecuador and Argentina and Mexico, and they've been fantastic for the boys. And this is our first camp back that we've got 2 games in a week, and that'll test the depth more of the squad rather than 1 game, and it's fantastic opportunity. And playing here in England against the rivalry that we have against England in sport, not just football, it's going to be fantastic. And to have an occasion at Wembley where the Socceroos have never played before, it's going to be extra special. So I'm looking forward to, first and foremost, a great performance by the boys and winning the game.
Is that something you'll tap into, that rivalry between Australia and England across all codes of football?
100%. And I did a bit of media the other day, English media, and they're still talking about Upton Park in 2003 and how we beat them 3-1. And that's the type of rivalry that that you need as well, that for that excitement. And as I said, we're looking extremely forward to the game, and and improving our performances.
And just one last one on the a lot of Australians and New Zealanders who live in England. Your message to them too, for those who can't get a ticket to Wembley. There's obviously a big contest between those two nations too coming up as well, and it's a special one with the Ashes being played for.
Exactly, and they're two derbies. If you can have derbies in international football, and we've had a great relationship with New Zealand over the years, playing in Oceania, and we obviously moved into Asia, and we haven't played them that often. We played them twice last year, and that was the first time in maybe 10 years. So it'll be great to have that derby game, and we look forward to it.